Hello, welcome back to here, Half-Life 2 update with the commentary of community, because not developers. Wonder how much news and info I'm gonna be able to squeeze this time in that 20 minutes. I've got a new shit to talk about, and a thing that I actually wanted to squeeze in before, if only we had less commentary there.
They're always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave. You never see them go. They're always full. No one ever gets on, but they're always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave.
Welcome.
You never see them go. They're
Welcome
always full.
to
No one
City
ever gets
17.
on, but they're always
You have
Yeah, this guy is already crazy, obviously. And yeah, aside from the paranoia and oppressive government of this situation, it's understandable, but not quite as much, right? He was already paranoid before, he was already schizophrenic. Interact, how about?
Don't drink the water. They put something in it to make you forget. I don't even remember how I got here.
Ah, more paranoia, perfect. That's what I wanted. And that's all you get to say? Here, have booze. No. Right, you're crazy, fuck you. Let's get the commentary out of the way. Or both of them, maybe.
Dr. Breen again? I was hoping I'd seen the last of him in City 14. I wouldn't say that too loud. This is his base of operations.
Yeah, good thing we've got like 3 voice actors to voice 100 of people. Or hundreds. Yeah, 100, alright. So interestingly also, Breen, my man, Combine came over and they brought their own alphabet, and now we all have to learn the new one. Well, considering English was already terrible, maybe the alphabet will help them. And the commentary.
This sequence clearly illustrates the division of humanity into loyalists and lower middle class individuals. The
Loyalists
contrast between the faceless metro cops who have traded away their humanity for power and the terrified citizens clinging to their few remaining shreds of normality shows the relationship between the two factions perfectly.
in the citadel so
Oh, so the loyalists are the police, alright.
I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome.
I already have a glimpse of
It's safe.
what's gonna happen. We'll get there soon enough, possibly. Yeah, also, loyalists and shit, class something, warfare, class division maybe. Think about if you have a job and then you have to live. I don't think they actually brought in communism, but you know, people still need to feed each other, feed themselves, work, good hope. Hello, what's up? What are you gonna do about this?
Welcome to City 17.
Stop resisting.
You have chosen
Shut up.
Something that is made evident over the course of the game is the Combine's treatment of Earth and everyone on it as commodities, shipping people from one place to another and harvesting them with only token regard for how their loss affects anything else.
Focus here.
Since prison-style uniforms are some of the first indications of this, but the theme is reinforced later by the Combine's use of part biological, part mechanical synths from their previous conquests.
Oh, mind your fucking spoilers, perhaps.
passing through on your way.
Jeez. So yeah, but through that sort of kind of communistic uniform of oppression and prison, wearing blue. Also, this commentary note didn't really stop the shit from going on, which is to say, Breen didn't stop talking and being animated, kind of clashing with everything and causing you not to be able to do shit. Also, we're about to stumble into a fucking plot, essentially, so that will delay my commentary of the current events too. Beep. Oh, he's got a gun. He's already on low alert. Look. I'll think about it. I don't think those labels were there in non-update. They look different. They look weird. Nova Prospect. Right about. We'll come back to that if you don't know what's going on. Nova Prospect. Yes, quite a foreshadowing if you know what the fuck is going on. If not, there's just words. There's just a plaquette with words. Nova Prospect. And what are you gonna do about this? trains, also high-tech, technical, weird. Yeah. So, what's going on? Why do I have to go here? Could you possibly tell me? Does it say CP on your collar? No, C17.
Relocation coupon
I
just
don't
like
remember those
everybody else.
details either. In non-update. Airwatch attack. Is that what he said? Airwatch. What the fuck is Airwatch attack? Oh, that's you, the guy in the mask. I'll think about it. Yeah, we're gonna go in. We'll play along. Look, environmental storytelling. Also, this is interesting because this is, you know, the scales for measuring prisoners. How tall are you?
It's me, Gordon. Barney from Black Mesa. Hey,
Yeah.
sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras.
I have no idea who Barney from Black Mesa is.
I can't take too long.
Like, aside from the fact that you learn who he is in the game, I have no idea which one was the Barney in Half-Life 1. And I played Half-Life 1.
Look who's here.
That's me.
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman!
Mm-hmm.
I expected more warning.
Yeah, you and me both, Doc. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Yeah, that's bad. Trust me.
I'm thinking.
Alex is around here.
So,
She would have a better idea how to get in here.
yes.
As long as he stays away from checkpoints, we should be okay. Listen, I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
Whatever you say.
Okay, Gordon. You're gonna have to make your own way to Dr. Kleiner's lab. Oh, man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon, before you blow my cover.
Fortunately, we've got eternity to deal with this room after this interruption of actual fucking patrol trying to get in and bust everything. First off, would you like to have a screen like that at your house to play video games on? Like I said before in other things, the most important thing about the screen is resolution and size. So, as long as, well, I don't know if you can see the aiming reticle, you should be able now. So, as long as this part, this line, like the map here, and the division line here is, what's the word? 1920 by 1080p? That's good enough for your gaming needs. Alternatively, you can, I don't know, extend the picture on these sidebars or flip it to the side. Do you think this one supports flipping the image? Also, what would you put on the side screens here? Communicators, perhaps? Or maybe... How would it look like if you flipped it horizontally, right? If this section was horizontal, this one would lay on your desk, possibly causing problems, issues. Yeah. Like I said, as long as it's big and it has a good resolution, you can work with it. Or at least I could. And also these consoles, they don't have keyboards really, they just have knobs and flips and switches like a soundboard. But it's not a soundboard. It's got a lever. It doesn't have a mouse or keyboard. You're not hacking in passwords, not inputting words or anything like that. You just have buttons. Hit this one to win. Fuck if I know how this works. So anyway.
Barney and Dr. Kleiner were developed from the generic scientists and security guards of Half-Life 1. The entire supporting cast of the original Half-Life consisted of only a few voice actors and character models, so Valve decided to distill the characteristics of those NPCs into fully developed, fleshed-out individuals for Half-Life 2. The state-of-the-art facial animations and detailed visuals of the Source engine gave Valve great tools to tell stories of a much more personal nature, and they've used these tools to create a core cast of iconic characters that lend far more weight to the storyline.
So that's the voice of Pro Jarrod, our guy who just got himself into trouble lately with his fucking wife, who got herself into trouble for trying to uncover dirt on Jarrod and turned out to be involved in that dirt. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, also the, like, what you call it, a precursor, kind of part of the mechanic of picking up items, dropping them, and also shooting them forward, throwing them essentially. That will come into play with Portal, and also later on with a special gun, a special one, in case you don't know what it is. I've had enough. Ah, shit, I can't throw around the items here. Fuck you! I'm not going anywhere! I have no legs! What you gonna do about this? Bitch! Put on a show so that the guys that are gonna come in are gonna think like the shit was going down and there was some reason I'll get out. I don't know. Give him a black eye so it looks realistic. There. Oh shit.
They're right outside.
Yeah, I know. And they didn't get in yet. They're really courteous. What is it that you... whatever. Whatever the word is.
Pile up some stuff to get through that window and keep going till you're in the plaza. Meet up with you later.
There's no doorknob. Like at all. How did he open the door? Maybe with a key. There's still no doorknob though. Well. So yeah, here again we've got some of these luggages. You can pick up one, carry it over to the end of the chapter essentially. Again, as usual. Alex. Alex is a strong female character that we're gonna meet. Now, talking about strong female characters is the easy way of making them is that they're men with tits, which is to say they do everything that men do, which is to fire guns, curse, and be competent, but have tits though. Alex does have tits, undeniably, technically, and oh geez, right. Hopefully we'll be fine. Don't worry about this. Has short hair though. It's not my favorite. It shouldn't be yours either. Short hair is bad, because long hair looks better on everyone. And the only problem is that you're balding and you're missing that. So pile up shit. Be free. It's really easy getting out of this fucking what is it? Train station? Interrogation room? Interrogation room. If you manage to beat up the officer or civil protection unit, you can just steal his key and run. So now that we're here after 14 minutes and getting through a loading gate, I'm gonna try to get at least one thing I want to talk about. So the idea was to talk about that thing previously, but the thing I wanted to talk about is the DeepNude. What the fuck is DeepNude, you might wonder. Remember way back when someone released deepfake? Deepfake is a program based on its neural network that is being trained on a set of pictures and inserts those pictures into videos. And what it does, what it's essentially used for, is making porn. Amazing porn. You just need a library of your favorite celebrity and the program and let it learn all the faces and then give it a clip, a video, where it will insert the face into the video. And you've got pretty realistic porn. You've got essentially the lip sync is matched, the faces, the shapes and the expressions are matched, and but the limitation is you need a library of pictures for the person you want to insert into any video really, and that would be a barrier if you want to make porn out of your friends. But less so maybe lately, since everyone is an e-thought and has Instagram account, and they'll have plenty of their own pictures online uploaded already. So if you can get your hands on those, maybe you'll be set for a nice porn vid. But if you don't, there is an option, there is a new option. A guy, or a bunch of guys, invented a similar program, neural network based, that does porn, that creates tits and of the pussy on pictures of girls, a single picture of a girl. But the limitation is that you need to have her in a bikini, essentially. She needs to be showing lots of skin already for this to work properly. And that in turn creates a picture a porn picture, a nude of a person you want to see naked. And yeah, like I said, it's amazing, it's great. You've got a new venue to see the people you want to see naked. But now you can either have a great video of it, fully voiced and animated, and it will, but it requires a large library of faces to learn from, or you can have one single, but a picture of a person you want to see naked, only they still need to be with as little clothes as possible. So amazing, the porn industry and the ability to jerk off to anyone is increasing with possibilities, or whatever I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, now that's gonna be difficult. So we've got new venues of jerking off. Easier maybe, but less satisfying possibly. Soon enough we'll be able to just create models, 3D essentially, and well, there's already this technology of faces, of facial recognition, that it can model the whole face, whole skull structure essentially from a picture, and that would have been great if that would have been incorporated with the previous with deepfake and DeepNude, and yeah, and that would make it even easier to insert somebody's face into a video. But I think still the interface is the biggest issue right now. There's lots of fucking oh shit, that didn't work the way I wanted to. No, thank you. I'm not even sprinting anymore. I don't know why. I remember it was possible, but I guess we can just bunny hop. All that talking, ah shit. So the idea was that I'm gonna pick up the can, throw it at his head, and he's gonna bounce off his fucking head and land in a basket and a trash can. Pick up the can and put it in a can. See? He lost interest. Who's chuckling now, bitch? So yeah, that was the idea, but I spent my time talking to you, and I spent that time better than trying to throw the can at his head. Maybe I'll do it again later. Right, so the node. What's the node about?
The infamous pick up that can segment serves a dual purpose. It puts the player in the place of one of this world's downtrodden civilians, while also teaching the player how to interact with this world he or she is now a part of. As this was one of the first games to pioneer fully interactive physics-based worlds, players were shocked not only because they were asked to pick up the can, but because they could. Actions speak louder than words, and because the encounter takes place solely within the mechanics of the game, the player is free to respond exactly how he or she chooses, and can roleplay Gordon in a more meaningful way than with a dialogue option. This moment has become an enormous inside joke with the Half-Life community, spawning many parodies and references.
I hardly know what kind of references he's talking about, but that was Ross Scott, essentially the voice of Gordon Freeman. Or at least his inner voice, the voice of the mind of Freeman. In case you're a fucking animal living under a rock, not knowing what's going on in the game world from 20 years ago. What are you gonna do about this? Oh, there's another node. A dispenser. What does it dispense? I don't really know. Clothes? Food? This is goddamn, there it is. See? You got this. What is this? Is this food? Clothing? It's not much food. Do you have to come here every day? Why is it on a train station? Why does it take so long to give a dude one packet? She looks like she had things in her hair. Yeah, also, yeah, this is Half-Life 2 update, which supposedly has better graphics, but looking at these textures, you couldn't really tell. And that's one of the things that I talked about. What's different? Well, not textures, apparently. Lighting, maybe. Anyway, let's check the last node, and see you next time.
Green's speeches demonstrate some of the game's most interesting characterization, because they provide not only his motivations and some local news, but they also portray the internal conflict that's central to his character. It's clear from the rehearsed and detached sound in his voice that he's likely to have put a lot of mental effort into justifying his decision to sell humanity into eternal servitude and conformity. His lofty, transhumanist rhetoric often seems to be as much to convince himself as it is to the citizens that he addresses.
Mr. Kedicker supposedly is British, but rhetoric? You mean rhetoric? Am I the one in the wrong? Aside from the fact that English has no definite pronunciation of anything really, I can claim superiority anyway, but I'd expected him to say rhetoric anyway, because that's the word, that's the fucking word.
And like a cornered beast, it will not go down without a bloody fight.
Right, so to recap and to finish this episode we learned about DeepNude, and most importantly what I wanted to say is, at the beginning, Breen was talking about how lucky you are that you were brought over to city center of City 17. How inhuman and unrelatable. City 17, not some sort of name of a city, not Breen City, not Breenland, a City 17 out of hundreds and thousands. And here Breen talks about how humans wanna fuck, and survival of the genes is what drives us. And since transhumanism has been bestowed upon us, our primitive instincts are no longer needed to give us survival, to ensure our survival. So what I'm saying is, and what he's saying, or trying to trick us into, transhumanism gave us immortality, so we don't need to fuck anymore. But we still think about fucking because we're primitive animals that only been conquered and had the technology bestowed upon us. We're not ready for it yet, not mentally. Oh, there's a guy that came for more of whatever this is dispensing. Yeah, but it's not so much that we're immortal now and transhumans, it's that there is suppression field all over Earth, I think, or at least the cities, that suppresses your reproductivity. You're infertile unless they deem it otherwise. So that's a population control mean. You're not gonna having children unless you're deemed worthy. Suppress our reproductive cycle. So yeah, on one hand it's pretty bad because we can't reproduce, we could die out, and that's our freedom, that's our choice. But at the second one, the only problem with sex now is sexually transmitted diseases instead of unwanted pregnancies. So always look on the bright side of Half-Life 2. Update. Naked. See you next time. This has been The Voice from Your Wallet.
Seem fit to suppress our reproduction.